Okay, be honest. Last night before your exam, did you sit with five highlighters, turning your notebook into a rainbow? Congratulations, you just wasted 3 hours doing nothing for your brain. I know that hurts. It hurt me too when I found this out because I used to be the highlighter queen. Pink for important, yellow for very important, green for I don't even know why green. Today I am ranking the most popular study technique, the ones everyone uses. From please stop to actually genius. And I am not saying this as some expert on a stage. I am figuring it out with you, one video at a time. So let's go. Section first, highlighting or underlying. Your brain doesn't remember anything because they are pink. It remembers things because it had to work for them. Highlighting feels productive, like folding laundry feels productive, but your brain is basically asleep while your hand is busy. Now, rereading. Reading chapter 3 for the fourth time and thinking, yeah, I know this now. That's not knowledge, that's just familiarity. It's like seeing your neighbor's face daily. You recognize them, but still you can't tell me the full name, their birthday, or their phone number. Same things happen with rereading. You recognize the page, you don't actually know the answer. And here's the sneaky part. These two are most used technique in the world. Why? Because they are easy, zero effort, and human all of us naturally chase the easy path, even when it's lead nowhere. Now, section 2, be clear. First, brain dump, लिख के दिखाओ method. You read a topic, close the book and write down everything you remember. This actually works because your brain has to pull information out instead of just staring at it. Think of it like a gym. Reading is like watching someone lift weight. Brain dump is like you lifting the weight, but it has a limit. It tests what you remember, not whether you understand how ideas connect. Good for definitions, not enough for a numerical or an essay question. Third, flashcard. Same family as brain dump, but with question attached. Plus, most app repeat cards right before you are about to forget them. That's called the spacing effect, and it's genuinely science-backed. Great for formulas, date, vocab. Weak for explain why this happens type questions because it still keeps fact in little isolated boxes instead of connecting them. Section 3, ASTS. First, Feynman technique. Learn something and then explain it out loud like you are teaching your 10-year-old cousin. No jargon allowed. The moment you get stuck explaining, congrats, you just found the exact gap in your understanding. That gap, that's most valuable than any highlighter could ever be. A small hack, no cousin available, explain it to ChatGPT or Cloud and ask it to catch your mistakes. It's like having a very patient, very free tutor at 2 am. Second, mind mapping done right. Here's the twist. Most people do mind mapping wrong, drawing random bubbles and call it a day. That's a D tier mind map. But when you actually force you to connect ideas, how does the topic relate to that one? Why does this cause that? Your brain builds what learning scientists called the schema. Basically, a web of connecting understandings instead of separate floating facts. That's why toppers don't just know things, they can connect anything to anything in an exam, even a twisted question, because their knowledge isn't sitting in an isolated boxes, it's a network of ideas. Fifth, interleaving. Instead of doing 2 hours of only maths, do 40-minute maths, 40-minute physics, 40-minute chemistry. Mixing the subject feels harder in the moment, but your brain learns to tell the difference between similar looking concepts. It's uncomfortable while studying, but that discomfort is equal to learning. So if I had to give you one homework before you touch a highlighter again, try this. Read one page Close the book and say out loud what you understood, like you are explaining it to a friend who missed the class. That's it. That a small shift already puts you ahead of 80% of students still living in highlighters and rereading land. Look, I am not a professor sitting on a stage telling you do this and get rank 1. I am literally a student sitting exact where you are, testing these things on myself before I share them with you. That's the whole point of Dear Future Ritika. We are building better study habits together, one honest video at a time. If this saved you from another highlighter filled all-nighter, hit subscribe future you genuinely thank you and comment below which technique are you guilty of. Be honest, I won't judge you, okay? So see you in the next one. Bye bye.